What are we doing?
Your Honor, I'm asking the court to set a competency hearing in this matter. I've prepared an order for the court's signature.
Forensic evaluation will be ordered. I'll set a competency hearing for, well, actually 6 p.m. March 28th, 2024, 9 a.m.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Good morning, sir. May I please address the court?
I don't know, Mr.
Respectfully.
What would you like to tell me, sir? Yes, go ahead.
Your Honor, I come here to plead guilty to all charges.
Well, Mr. Drops.
Listen, sir. Why not?
Because I just.
Yeah, but you're not even my attorney. You're not my attorney. We talked about that yesterday.
Mr. Drobashevsky?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right.
And that's going to happen today.
Until the evaluation is complete, I hear you, but
Yes, sir.
until the evaluation is complete, I'm not going to accept your plea. You need to talk that over with your attorneys.
I don't have an attorney, Your Honor. I'm going to be representing myself. I'm not going to have the state represent me.
Well, then that becomes a whole other issue because
Okay.
right now they're assigned to the case.
Okay. Well, I can tell
Right.
you right now, Your Honor, you're going to send me to the hospital and I'm not going to talk to them and say a word to them.
I think.
Okay. And I'm making the decision. I'm not going to accept your
Yes, sir, Your
guilty
Honor.
pleas to these charges.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm going to set the hearing. We'll see you March 28th.
Yes, sir.
You can talk to them or not talk to them. I'd suggest that you do.
Yes, sir.
It'll move the process along, but that's going to be up to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
At this point, then I'll continue your bond. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sir.
Have a nice day, sir.
You do the same. The bond.
Your Honor, there's a bond violation. It notes that my client went past a zone where the complaining witness lives. It alleges that he did that twice, I think maybe 3 or 4 days apart. My client was in a vehicle.
In between being warned.
Well,
Correct. Okay, go ahead.
so he's in a vehicle. He's not driving on either occasion. At the first time, he was not aware that was the zone that he was supposed to be kept out of. Second time, they had sent a notice to his recorder or recording device. He didn't get that notice in time. The second time, he was still in the vehicle and still drove past the zone. I should note that to the best of my knowledge, there was no contact, no sighting by my client of the complaining witness or vice versa. No contact, nothing of that sort. Something that was inadvertent and unintentional. Even the second time, he was too slow to get his messages to be told that he had gone past the zone. So this was a violation that certainly was not intended by my client. We're asking that his bond be reinstated. He now understands where the zone is. He knows to stay out of that zone. And again, there has been no allegations of any contact of any sort between myself and the complaining witness in this matter.
I just want to make sure I'm looking at this correctly. This was
While you look at that, I would note that he was out on bond before and there were no indication of any bond violation before that.
response from the people.
Yes, Your Honor. We are actually in the process of writing the forfeiture by wrongdoing motion based off of jail calls that the defendant has been making to the victim since he came into custody. So at this point, we are not pleased with the 2 violations of the exclusion zone, but beyond that, we think that there are additional issues with violations of the bond and the no contact order.
So specifically, in response, specifically dealing with the 4 corners of the bond violation. Again, there's been no allegations of any contact whatsoever or any knowledge that he was in the zone at the time that he was going through the zone. He was not driving. He was in a vehicle driven by someone else at the time. So going just on what we have before us as far as the bond violation, I don't believe that was as to a forfeiture by wrongdoing. We would leave the people to their proofs on that, but I don't think that that's germane to this particular bond.
Well, when are the alleged phone calls?
The alleged phone calls, I apologize, Your Honor, going back through, they are from December. So they are prior to when he has come back into custody from December 9th and 10th and 12th. There are 7 calls in total. Right after he was arrested on this offense, Your Honor.
So does, Your Honor, does the court have dates of the alleged violations here?
The
The
violations of the
tether, the zone.
tether, yes, I have the report. It looks like the 13th,
Of January,
pardon?
of January?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, well, that's the date of the report, certainly, and what they say the violation occurred at that time. My concern is that there were 2. Well, let me ask this. Why was he in the area?
Can I?
Yes.
My barber stays on that side of town.
You're who?
My barber stays on that side of town. I was leaving my barber's house and my friend came and picked me up. He took that route. The first warning, I wasn't aware because I didn't have verbal contact. They must have called my phone and I didn't answer. They might have left a voicemail and I didn't see it.
But you knew where you weren't supposed to be. Right?
Yeah, I wasn't aware that like the radius would be that, I was on the main road.
So, and I understand, Mr. Brown, dealing with the bond violation itself, but then I've got this other issue coming up. And people say they're going to file a motion.
Yes, Your Honor. We have actually, Ms. Zenda is drafting it today. So it should be on your desk, hopefully by Monday.
Oh, joy.
So what we have before the court now is a bond violation. We have allegations that there may have been something further, but there's no evidence or anything of that before the court at this time.
Counsel, approach briefly. All right, on this matter, record should reflect we had a defense conference in this case. I'm going to deny the defendant's motion for bond reduction at this time, and that's based upon certainly I'm taking into account the allegations as raised by the people regarding phone calls, but also there are 2 instances at which this defendant is in the zone. It's not like a one-off that just kind of occurred in this case. At this point, also, I'm going to restrict the defendant's phone privileges pending the motion that's going to be heard before the court. So defendant's phone privileges are revoked. Thank you.